Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today, I want to just carry on a little bit more about the intentions that were set for me, that I set for myself on Halloween or Samhain. And also the full moon as well, all the ritual work I basically did, the intentions that I set. I'd like to actually track those, and I'd like to actually make sure I get those things done. So for me anyway, the way I practice is it's one thing to do the magic and the spells and the ritual and the workings. That's a part of it. And the other thing is actually getting down in my planner or journal or grimoire and actually seeing them through and tracking and making sure that I'm actually doing the things, my part, the physical action part of what I set out to do, what my intentions were. So stay tuned. That video is coming up where I'm using my planner. And I mentioned it several times, but I'll just say it again. Know that I am someone who's very addicted to paper crafting, planners, paper, pens, all that sort of stuff, markers. I love stationery. So just understand I do a lot. And you probably don't need to do all that I did, but maybe to at least spark some ideas. And that's why I share. I know I might be a little over the top with some stuff, but you might see it, and it might just be enough of a trigger, that one little thing I did where it at least aids you as well in actually carrying out the goals and intentions that you set on these rituals. One other thing, which has nothing really to do with any of that stuff, I just want to say this. Today, I'm actually recording this today, it's Wednesday, and I'm going to post it right after I do this. Please understand right now, we're in the middle of still waiting to get the final results of the election. I'm looking over because I'm looking to see if they told us anything differently. No, not yet. Anyway, so one of the things that I'm seeing, and I think it's well-meaning, but I thought I might address it. I'm seeing people who are in, our realm, which is pagan folk, who are expressing that basically almost to the point of looking down on you if you discuss the election or if you're having a reaction to where things are standing right now with this election. And I've seen this in more than one place, and the idea is that basically you should be above this, this is the matrix or whatever. Sometimes we get a little too esoteric for our own good. And the problem with that is, guess what? Because I saw somebody said, the 3D world versus the 2D world. Let me tell you something. We live in this world. Yes, we have the ability to do all these other wondrous things. And a lot of us are tapped into our abilities more so than the rest of the muggles. I'll give you that. However, we still live in this world. And if you're watching this, even if you don't live in this country, you live in this world. You're part of society. Unless you live out in the middle of nowhere off the land and you have absolutely no interaction with anybody else or any parts of society, you are not withdrawing money from a bank, you basically have no attachment, then you know what, you go on. But for the rest of us who I know that's not the case, you are allowed to express emotion. Just because you're a witch doesn't mean you can't get upset or be very involved with politics and following it and speaking on it. It's just another way of gaining knowledge. This concept that because you're so spiritually enlightened that you can't weigh in on politics is ridiculous. You live in this world and you need to be concerned, because while you're over here in witchy poo land, laws, things are happening that can keep you from staying in witchy poo land, that might put they could pass laws as far as religion, what you need to be doing. Basically, they are trying to pass laws based on religion. Let's just be clear. Do you know what happened in Louisiana, people? It's not for us to sit here and just constantly I don't like that where you're shutting other people down because they're passionate about what's going on. Passionate, angry, pissed off. People are allowed to express emotions. Just because they practice spirituality does not mean they can't get upset, that they can't feel some kind of way about the state of the world. okay, you win. It's the Matrix. This was all prophesized, blah, 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 blah. Well, the rest of us who every day have bills to pay, still have to eat dinner, still got to cook and clean, still got to do all the other stuff, the mundane, simple things, and, live in this life and talk with our neighbors and deal with people in this world. Yeah, we care about this election because guess what? It does affect you on that level. If they're making laws about abortion rights and things like that, okay, maybe you're not, excuse me, concerned, but guess what? There are other people that you might know that it will have a serious effect on them if they're not in a position to have access to a safe abortion, or you know what I mean? And I'm like flabbergasted what's going on in Louisiana. The fact that they pass in my state, my home state, recreational use of marijuana is now legal. That's something to be paying attention to, especially for those who might institute that into their witchcraft. A lot of people use marijuana as part of, just adding, or in general. The point is you need to be paying attention to this sort of stuff and voting and participating. You're part of this society, you're part of your community. Being a witch doesn't exclude you from that. Being part of the ATRs and, just because you can speak the lingo and you know all the words and how to pronounce everything, I'm being funny now, doesn't mean that you can't pay attention to politics or you're just so above it, or worse, you don't even vote at all. I'm an older lady. Listen to me. This concept that your vote don't matter, oh, I don't feel comfortable voting for anybody because they're all this or that, guess what? If it wasn't that important, they wouldn't be going through so much trouble to keep us from voting. Ask yourself, well, if it doesn't matter, why do they care so much who's voting? Why does it matter so much when we want to let people who served in prison, felons and so forth, vote? Why do they fight that? Why is that an issue? Why do you have to go through so much trouble to make that happen? There's a reason for that. They don't want all of us to vote. Look what just happened. A lot more people voted than in any of the recent I think ever. So guess what? The current president didn't like that. He didn't want us all to vote. He didn't want all the votes counted. So that should be telling you something. Enough about politics, enough about that. Please never think that witchcraft and politics don't necessarily go together. That's a lie. Yes, they do. Everything. Witchcraft is in everything I do. Now, stay tuned for the video to help you plan your intention. All right, and here we go as far as finally actually getting to the planning portion. Now, again, this is my witchy planner or my spiritual planner or my pagan planner. It's basically all of those things. One could even say it was like, my planning book of shadows, whatever name you give it. This is where I do all my witchy stuff, okay? So this is October. All the stuff that I wrote in my ritual and things I was doing, it was in this section here. By the way, isn't this cover just glorious? Life is tricky, babe. Stay in your magic. Like, really. By the way, before I move forward, let me show you what November says. Everything happens for a reason. So, gotta love that. So, anywho, moving forward, see I got my little crystals laid out, little decoration. I'm serious about this. This is goals planning. This is, get serious mode and have fun with it as well. I like to have fun with it. But anyway, moving on. All right. Forgive my nails. Believe it or not, I'm about to do them. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I have all these notes and things like that. I'm going to take my readings that I did. I wrote them out here. I'm going to add these into this section as well. So that's going to happen. And again, just these notes here. So this is the stuff I'm going to keep. And I had all the stuff I was checking off to get ready for Samhain. Anyway, so how am I going to go about planning? So again, the Happy Planner, that's where I get this from. This is what I use to set my intentions. This is for October. So the same thing is here. So what I'm trying to do is sort of give a framework on how I'm actually going to achieve these goals. I want to be reminded. I don't just want to look back at something. I need something to check off and to work on each month. So this month, what am I working toward? What are my intentions? And this, again, that I set. What is it that I, which, if, or maybe a piece from all of it, I have to kind of make that decision. And by the way, this is from, I believe, the Stargazer Happy Planner. This was an 18-month 12-month planner. I'm not sure. This is two planners in one, so that's why I'm kind of confused. But the point is, my idea is to take if a little bit of something, as long as it's not overwhelming, or maybe one thing to really focus on a lot. And I know going into this month, I'd like to start with body wellness. And it won't be drastic because this is the month we're going to the season of food and drink, right? So I got to be mindful of that. So I know my intentions are definitely going to be including this. So what I'm going to write is, as far as what my intentions are, specific goals that I know I want to do. So for body and wellness, okay, I know that my intention is going to be to drink. I'm not just going to say more water because I've been trying to do that and it doesn't quite work. I need tangible numbers, goals. So I'm going to write drink 4 large glasses. Now, for me, large glasses, I have this, I think it's like a pint or 2 pints or something like that, big mason jar thing. I'm going to use that. I know that. I don't have to write down everything, but I know what that comes out to. So I'm going to say drink 4, at least 4 a day. Jars, blue mason, mason jar per day. Okay, so this is a tangible thing I can work towards. For me, water is important in general. I mean, we all need water to live, right? But that's going to help me out tremendously, just trying to achieve that goal daily. Okay, this is a big deal. The other thing is my writing. So I'm going to skip over spirituality for now because I made that part of, I wrote down my Witch's New Year over here intentions, and I'm going to handle that a little bit differently. But for now, creativity, I want to mark that, and that is going to be writing at least 2,000 words per day. Okay? And forgive that little noise if you guys can hear in the background. I think that's one of my appliances stopping. I'm multitasking over here. That's what it's like over in this house. Okay, let me think. So for working projects, I had like my intentions I said was to success in completing projects and creating new ones. So I'm going to, right now, this is the big project I need to invest in. So I'm going to just like pause on that for this month. And let's see, what else did I want to focus on? Yeah, I think this is enough for now, because technically I'm always working toward, growing Leap Taken and building content and all that sort of stuff. That's sort of a given, and I'll be doing that in more specific ways, different things I think of, or whatever content I come up with, more engaging content. But I'm not ready to brainstorm that in this moment, so I'm just going to stop right here. So these are the things that I know I'm definitely going to work on. These are the intentions, or the goals, so to speak, that I want to make sure I very much concentrate on for this month. So I have that here. So what I'm going to do temporarily is just take this page out. Okay, I'll come back to all this other stuff in a minute, and I'm going to flip to my other part of the planner, because this is what we in the planner world call the Franken planner. So this is one part, this is another. Just stay with me, guys. I'm a crazy planner lady. I'm addicted to paper crafts and notebooks and journals and pens and all that sort of stuff. Just know who you're dealing with here. All right, so this is my spread that I did for the month. A little bit of theme of being thankful and grateful and blessed. So I decorate. This is what it normally looks like. It's just plain, which is fine. If you're what you call a functional planner, you would just write in here and that's fine. You know, again, I'm a crazy planner lady. I like to do a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more of the information here that I set out. I'd like to kind of put triggers, reminders, notes, and things like this over here to do it. And believe it or not, I actually have a whole separate planner for writing, and I have an entire wellness planner. But because I made this part of a ritual, it's important that I keep track of everything in one place that I did. This is the one place. This whole book is the one place. Now I'll have, you know, the day-to-day details and all that sort of stuff, but here I like to have encouraging notes, imagery that kind of just triggers me and, you know, kind of puts me in a good frame of mind to carry out the task, the goals, the intentions, and so forth. So, did not write anything that day because I'm just getting to this, to be perfectly honest. Don't need to write anything here. Here, I'm just gonna, so I can better write, I'm just gonna add a note here. Remember to drink your water today. Okay, I'm going to say, pray over each glass of water for healing and health. Okay, so things like that. That's my little note. Now, I'm not going to write a note like this every day. I tend to look at the whole spread when I'm doing my thing. So I might, you know, need to add a little something or come back and write something as well. And here I'm just going to say, did you write more than 2,000 words today? And these are just triggers for me. And I just want to see here. There was something else. Dang it, and I lost my thought I wanted to add to that. Oh. Check in on the NaNoWriMo page and update your count. Okay, so there we go. Boom. All right, so for me, this is just one of the ways I'll be doing it. So as far as details on why I have the other book and why couldn't I just write it here, well, because I like to have a little bit more thorough sections for all this sort of stuff that I keep everything in. So I come here. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick these other pages back in because I kind of still need them because I'm going to be referring to them for a little bit, like this page. Well, not all of them, just really this one. Yeah, that's just this one page. So I'm going to take this and pop this in here. Okay. All right, get that out of the way. And then my reading, I want to keep this in here as well. Excuse me. So these are other readings I've done. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop this in here. Yeah, and this is all one page. I glued some other pages together. That's why it's a different color in the back, but that's cool. I can write on that if I need to. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm wrong. This doesn't go here. This is, yeah, all one thing. This is from the reading. So, all right, so I put all that there. And these are things I just like to keep. I think I got this like from Pinterest or something like that. And I like it just helps to keep track of the full moons going forward. So the next one is November 30th. That's my son's birthday. All right, and again, these are things, these are triggers. When I see this, it's the intention is not to write here. It helps me when I see these things. All right, so going forward, now that I have that, I can put this back in here. It's a little chunky. All right, so I know the goals for this month that I'm working on. All right. Anything else that is going on, like if I'm going to be doing any sort of post, because I am going to be doing that shortly. So actually, let me go ahead and just show you. That was part of some my New Year intentions. It's just that I said as well. So I'm just going to put here potion making. And I wanted to do a protection spell on the property. All right, so those two things for sure I'm going to do, and I think that's pretty much it. One thing I just want to add in this section, again, this is all for me. Remember to track your goals. And this is just for me. Not, it's just to remember, to do this stuff, Over on this side, this is another place where I can allow others to see the magic in you. I love that. But anyway, this is a habit tracker. They give you 3 different options here, where if I need to keep track of something like my water intake, I could definitely do that here. Or I could just put body wellness, whatever the goal is, because for now, I'm just saying water. That's right now. I can add more throughout the month. This is not like it, but I want to just kind of come into it with this. All the other things that I need to do is back here, and I can always go in, and go back and forth. But for now, we're just going to start with this, because I want this to work for me, and it's important that I approach it that way. Now I can tell you right now, because I already started doing this. So for sure on the 1st, for sure on the 2nd. The 3rd got a little tricky, but today is still happening, and we'll see where that goes. And as far as I'm just going to put here writing. Mind you, again, I have another planner, but because I made this part of a ritual, I just kind of want to keep track. It's okay if I don't remember every day, but I just see some of this filled up. It's important that some of this gets filled up. Okay, and as far as this one, I'm just going to put here, I think I'm going to leave that blank because I can't think of anything, and I don't want to just put something there and stress myself out about something I'm really not even bothering to keep track of. But anyway, this is probably way complicated more for someone else. Maybe too much. Maybe you just need a sheet of paper and you just write, things down, or you outline, or you keep something on your phone or your computer, or your calendar or whatever. But this is how I'm doing it. As the month goes on, as weeks goes on, I fill these things up with all different stuff, especially if I feel like I've got a handle on things. Well, then I can kind of jump into a little bit more of my witchy intentions and goals. And part of that is actually potion making and things like that. Making sure that I'm getting these things done, getting things stocked for winter and so forth. But this is how I would basically go about it. This is helpful to me. Now, to add even more complexity to the situation, this planner has these basically check off things. So I can put a date here, or I don't have to put a date at all. I could just have a series of things. I can turn this into a place where all these other goals that I had listed here, right? I can break them out here and write down specific things that I need to accomplish and that I plan on doing, let's say, for this month, which is very possible I may do. But I feel like that might be overkill for me to do them all that way. Instead, I would do like body wellness, water intake, exercise, 2 to 3 times a week, new meal plan, I had been thinking about joining some sort of like program or something that give me, guided assistance on this, where there's like Noom or, getting a trainer or coach or something like that, something I've been toying around with. But that's the kind of stuff that I would list out for body wellness, right? And then let me pick another one that would help you out. Relationship, because for one of the, it was relationships. Set your intentions. Relationships are here, right? So I had relationships, working for peace, passion, and respect. So what does that look like? It's one thing to just say it, but I would put like relationships and then the check-offs of what is it that you need to do. Passion, so whatever that intakes, passion, enticing nightgowns, nighties, and things like that to go to sleep in. Sending love notes, sending, pictures or, nudes, whatever, something like that, or, building things up, having more sexy conversations, that sort of stuff, respect, understanding, the person's busy, they're working, make them a snack, make them this, or, basically whatever it is that I want to do. I'm speaking romantic relationships. If it's anybody else, it could be a friend, that they're struggling at work, a lot's going on. Maybe send them something, send them a gift card to get, to get a little time off, a massage, or I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there, but you hopefully get the point. This is the kind of space that you can kind of check it off, and it's not like a one and done. You did that, and you can come back to it, maybe do it again for a different friend or at a different time, or maybe even for yourself, a relationship with yourself. The point is, this is a great place to keep track of all of that sort of stuff. But again, for me, I'm just going to focus here. This is a section for reflection, so if I felt short, I can journal a little bit right here, which is great. And as far as like, for instance, potion making, if I have ideas and I don't, I'm not sure before I write them down in my grimoire, I can come back over here as well. Actually, I got a lot of places, but I could definitely come over here and jot some stuff down. Especially if I'm kind of getting ideas on what I'm going to do, or I want to read something and read a certain book, or something like that, or go to a website or watch someone else's video that has some ideas. I could write it down in that section, and it just I'm working toward my goals and my intentions. I'm manifesting them into reality. And remember, with this sort of stuff, there's the mundane, the action, the do part, and this helps you get the action part of it. Actually, to me, I think planning is action oriented as well. The magic, the woo-woo is the part where, when I'm doing the potion, the things I say, my intentions I actually put into it and so forth. The protection spell, when I'm actually performing it, that's the woo-woo. As far as the drinking water, doesn't sound very witchy. Well, I'm going to pray over that water every time I drink it with my intention. That's the woo-woo part. My writing, I'm writing about a witch. That's enough woo-woo. But the process of creativity, I'm giving birth to people, lives, places. I'm making them exist where they had never existed. That is magic. I dare you to tell me that's not. But so that's hopefully super helpful to you going forward. Again, please forgive me if it seems like overkill the way I do it. This is the way I do it, but I'm a crazy planner lady, so this is my deal. This is what I like to do. All right, so thanks again for watching. This is Mika Leap Taken. Please like, subscribe, share. If you have already subscribed to this channel, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Remember, Leap Taken's also on Instagram, and it's Leap Taken on Instagram, so you can check me out there as well. And I add little things. Sometimes I just reference things that I've already done videos about, but I'm growing that particular area of life that Leap Taken exists in, so go ahead and check that out when you get a chance. And thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.